Are you gonna play? When are we gonna play?
Precious time with his baby girl is limited to just 2 hours a week or less for Andrew Huber.
You come here and just get filled up with her and just want to be back in her life so bad, so bad. So we just want this to be over.
Andrew isn't allowed anywhere near his daughter Kenley without court-appointed supervision. Doctors believe he is a child abuser. It began when Kenley was 3 months old. Andrew says he heard a pop during a routine diaper change. He rushed to Children's Medical Center as a precaution. X-rays revealed multiple fractures. Doctors ruled them non-accidental injury. The diagnosis, suspected physical abuse of a child.
So I have doctors telling me that my baby has multiple fractures. I've got police telling me that my husband did it. I was in pure shock.
They charged me with second-degree felony injury to a child, and I was blown away, absolutely blown away.
The Hubers have spent months trying to clear Andrew's name and find out what caused their daughter's broken bones. They went to specialists and have stacks of paperwork. Doctors at Children's ruled out bone disorders, including osteogenesis imperfecta, which is sometimes known as brittle bone disease. A report from an independent specialist shows evidence of demineralized bones, suggesting an underlying nutritional or metabolic disorder. A Denton County grand jury indicted Andrew anyway. The Hubers contacted us 9 months ago in desperation. As part of my investigation, I showed Kenley's x-rays to 2 independent radiologists. They both told me that it looked like child abuse to them. And then just a few weeks ago, the Hubers heard from another family.
I said, this is our story. Identical to our story. The first part of it is identical.
Zebra.
Raina and Chad Tyson also lost custody of their twin girls after doctors at Children's Medical Center discovered unexplained fractures. The Tysons' parents were given temporary guardianship of their 3 daughters for 5 months.
That we put to bed at night and hope that we got here before she woke up in the morning.
Right.
Awful. So she wouldn't know that we weren't here.
The Tysons eventually ended up at the office of Dr. Golder Wilson, a Dallas geneticist. He diagnosed twins Carrington and Cambry with a connective tissue disorder called ehler-danlos, or EDS.
One of the main symptoms is the underlying structure of the body, including the bones and joints, is fragile. So you get more fractures. And therefore, just handling a baby routinely, like any parent would do, can lead to a fracture.
That easily?
It can.
Dr. Wilson says EDS was once thought to be rare. Many doctors have never heard of it.
What we've learned recently, in part because of advances in testing the genes for these conditions, is that it's extremely common and that there are milder forms that may present with 1 or 2 or 3 fractures.
In fact, in response to our inquiry, the Ehlers-Danlos Foundation asked their Facebook followers how many had been unjustly blamed for hurting their children. From across the country came responses of yes, that they had also been accused of child abuse, charged with assault, questioned about beating, and investigated for Munchausen's by proxy disease. Kenley Huber was diagnosed after Raina reached out to Bria.
And that changed everything. I've never heard of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome before speaking with her.
No doctor had ever mentioned it to you? No doctor had ever mentioned it.
All charges were dismissed, and I was completely allowed to go move back in with the family and start our new lives.
In a statement to News 8, Children's Medical Center explains that investigations and charges subsequent to the reporting are the responsibility of the appropriate law enforcement and social service authorities.
Can you hear the airplane?
Yeah. After 9 months of separation, the Hubers are mending their fractured family.
Give a kiss. Hey. Thank you.
Hoping to bring awareness to a disease that hurt more than just their daughter. Janet St. James.